Hello one and hello all, and greetings to you all around the face of the world, wherever you are around the world, whether you are in the Caribbean, you are in the USFA, you are in Europe, you are in Canada, you are in Australia, you are in the greater parts of the African continent. Greetings to all of you. We are excited again to be hosting you here on your afternoon drive live with Maponga J here in South Africa. What an honor, what a privilege, and playing for us today is none other than Duduzo Kabashi Makatini on his album Ikambi. Where he has beautiful lineup of music, including songs such as Matambo, Hlanganani, We Matambo, Hlanganan, Dry Bones, come together. It's actually a prophetic, apocalyptic, African renaissance. It's a call to resurrect the African spirit, and beautiful album. Please look for that album entitled Ikambi by Nduduzo Makatini. It's a you will not regret it. When I'm traveling on my long distances, like I was out in Mahikeng, I put him on and he kept me company. But anyway, enough of the greetings up the road. Blacky Ndewo Notando Nzima, Simon, Adam, Giles, Como, regards. We're coming, Becky, Kelvin, Kwebu, and the rest of you. I can't finish counting all. Ishmael and Klapo, and all many of you guys who are our regular listeners. I'm still on quarantine. I just managed to smuggle a way in to do a live video through another account into another account and stuff like that. I was put on quarantine. They banned me here for a month, if not a month and a half, for saying that Muslims leave their shoes at the door of the church, but looks like Christians leave their brains at the door of the church. And I know it's not white people who reported that, but the very same people who are listening to me, the very same black people, are the ones who will be reporting such comments. And I want to also make a comment just on top of the program. There is a man by the name of Bishop Maponga with the PHO, or some of the, I think there are about 4 fake accounts that are making rounds out there. I think 2 of them are in Nigeria, and another one, I don't know where he is, but the other one is in South Africa, who are using my pseudonym both for fundraising and sending people funny messages and stuff like that. If you have worked with me and you know what I stand for, you don't have to worry about some of those. And I suggest some of you guys who are out there, you may report these accounts as fake accounts, and let's see if we can actually manage and assist them to get closed. And that's on the top side. So we have about 4 fake accounts that are making their rounds, and people are fundraising. And I think a couple of people have been duped by being asked to contribute money towards the project in Nigeria there and stuff like that. And just be on alert. If you are not sure, if you receive a message from me, please confirm with me. My details are on the Facebook page here. My official cell phone number is on the page, and it is the cell phone is right here in my hand. It's right here in my hand. So you don't need to be making guesses. Maponga is in trouble. He needs $1,000. He needs $2,000 and stick, etc. I don't play like that. So please just be on alert. We have just been told by other people that there are people who are faking our brand and using it as their name. But anyway, having said that, I also want to share with you the good news. And I'm excited, and I'm thankful for your support around the world. Our book that we've just released, entitled Find Your Truth, is doing very well on the market. All Take-A-Lot shops, all CNA shops, all bargain shops in South Africa must have stock. If they don't have, just be patient with them and tell them to order for you. But if you are around the world, as of last night, we're excited to tell you that Amazon and Kindle have actually taken the book up for distribution. So wherever you are on the face of the world right now, whether you are in the east, you are in the west, you are in the south, welcome. You actually can access that book now on the internet base using your Kindle and your Amazon accounts. And just a quick upbeat recommendation on the book itself. It's I did the first edition, which was entitled Going Places in the Spirit, which I thought actually I was going to submit as my doctorate dissertation for African spirituality. But I decided to do some few edits and resubmit the book again under the title Find Your Truth. Find Your Truth. So if you already have the copy Going Places in the Spirit, I would suggest that maybe don't hurry yourself much on Find Your Truth, as now this I made it for the public consumption. Initially I just released it for a paper that I was working on for some academic purposes. And the book is a bridge between Christianity and African indigenous knowledge systems. Being aware that many of us are recovering addicts from the Christian space, I thought I would make a submission as to how do we begin to balance, how do we begin to think and process our Christian religious expression, which is Eurocentric by nature, and balancing it off, of course, with our indigenous knowledge systems, so that the modern child and his son or his daughter, they can begin to have a new narrative around the conversation of African spirituality. I am working on another one entitled Questions for Africa. I'm working on another one on public speaking skills. And I'm also working on another one, the philosophy of Maponga J, which are almost 30, 40, 60% in writing. But the other one that I would, when I finish these ones, because I already started working on them, because they had a Christian small little background in them, I would want to get those books off my table. Then I could focus on the last edition that I'm doing, which is entitled actually The Gospel According to Maponga J. As I'm talking to you right now, I think we are sitting now on about 132 chapters. It's almost like a Bible sort of thing in terms of the design that I'm using for writing that Bible. But now this last edition, I'll be writing a chapter every day or 2 days or 3 days as and when I get inspiration. And I think another 30 years from now, when I die and you hear that Maponga J is dead, some of you guys who have been following me constantly, please download this book. I have a blog on it, which I can share with you a bit later on. And on the blog, you will be able to access the entire book. We will see what to do, how best to handle it in terms of publishing it. But when you get a copy of that book finally in your hands, translate that book into your own indigenous languages. Translate it into your own traditional languages. And then you can use that book actually as a manual to train and develop your children. It's a book that is coming out of my own heart, struggling with paradigms of Asianic nature, paradigms of the Northerners, who are the Europeans, paradigms of the Westerners, who are the Americans, and me in the South, the paradigms of the African thought patterns and African processing issues. It's quite a vigorous piece of work that I'll be working on for the next couple of days. And of course, as you know, many people don't believe in success. Many people don't believe in progress and in growth. So I have lots of backlash as to why am I doing this and why am I writing another Bible? Why am I making people pay for this? Hey, I don't have a problem. If you are out there and you got money and you want me to do these books for free, then give me a call. I will be able to write and give you some literature which is for free. Then we can actually distribute it around the face of the earth. But writing takes time. Editing, I have to pay for it. Publishing also takes time. And then distributing also takes time. So I don't know why people sometimes would think that they can actually pay for their airtime. They can pay for their clothes and pay for their caps and hats and pay for their food and ice cream. And all of a sudden, when I publish something, I'm supposed to be giving out for free. I have done thousands of videos on YouTube, hundreds of videos on Facebook, hundreds of videos on Instagram, hundreds of videos on Twitter, and all that information is for free. It is for free. I have not charged a cent. I don't even have an account right now which is giving me even the return on investment on my YouTube and Facebook and Instagram content that I've put out there, because the idea was to get us started in terms of thinking. And many people have gone to my page and grabbed my content and put up on their pages. They've made millions of hits, millions, literally millions of hits. Some videos are already sitting on plus 1.4, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. And these people who have grabbed this information onto their pages, they're making money. I've not received a cent, a dime on this public and social media space. The money that I've made has been purely from the public speaking that I'm doing, and also the books that I'm selling. That's where I am paying for my bills and stuff like that. So let's be considerate while we are working with each other, that to develop, to improve, to publish and make this information. Even now, while you're talking to me, my airtime would cost me. It would cost me something. It's costing you something also. But all that money is going to Zuckerberg, and that money is going to your Vodacoms, MTNs, it's going to your Etisalas, it's going to your Zain and other service providers. And those people have never written me a cent to support me for what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm begging you to support me, but I'm saying if you want to contribute towards what we are doing, the channels which we are using in terms of publishing and selling our books, that's where we are creating our money. And when we make money from one book, then we produce the other. The first book that I did, So You Want to Be the Master, I took the money and I put it back in. I published the book, Women in the Kitchen. I put the money back. I published the book, Shopping Skills. I put the money back in. I published African Solutions. I put the money back in. I published Going Places in the Spirit. I put the money back. Now I've been able to come out with Find Your Truth. So I've been able to circulate that money in terms of paying designers, editors and everything else, so that you can have information out there which will make you grow. But the book is a bridge. It's a bridge, a brilliant bridge for all recovering addicts within the greater Christian space. Questioning, of course, African traditions, African medicine, African fashions, African spirituality, and the whole idea of missionary colonization disguised as Christian education. It's a brilliant, brilliant piece of work. I want to challenge you, please grab yourself a copy. When you get a copy in your hands, edit, do some edits, help us also, do some reviews, publish those reviews, come back here, let's ask questions. And I think going forward, I will be able to resuscitate our African afternoon drive in one way or the other. Then the conversation can continue as it were. Since we already have about 130 chapters or 140 chapters, 130 chapters actually, be more precise, on the gospel according to Maponga J, I think I'll be able, going forward, to create the blogs and create the afternoon drives and other social media communication around the concept of the book itself, which I think will be a software for the next generation. It has taken the colonizer 400 years to bring us here where we are. And I think if we are not prepared to take 400 years to undo what the colonizer has done, we may be wasting our time. But I'm prepared to start preparing the ground. I've become like John the Baptist, preparing the ground before your saviors and before your messiahs come.